Real traders feel the pain, yeah, we in the drought. Red candle stacking up, making people doubt. But the game don't end, it just tests your soul. Pressure makes diamonds, learning is the goal. We trade in both ways, mindset stays gold. Trading with the trend, watch the trade unfold. We study.
That's right, guys, we got to watch the trade unfold. So this is a VIP exclusive screen share in addition to the YouTube members. Normally we do this for the warrior tier, which is the highest tier, but we're going to go ahead and do this for all YouTube members. That way, of course, hopefully we can make you money. Hopefully we can save you money. And this is what we do mainly in the VIP group. Of course, the VIP, they do have priority. And if there's any questions from the VIP, we will get to those first, and then we will go to the YouTube members. It's just fair. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at Bitcoin, and then of course the other coins as well. So right now this is only for the VIP members and the YouTube members. So just gotta make sure that we have the YouTube. There we go. All right, very good. So let's go and get started. Here we go. All right, so first thing we want to do is we want to look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? And this is why it's extremely important that I show you all this stuff in reference to levels. Now, when we did break this is on the 1 hour time frame, I absolutely love looking at the 1 hour time frame, especially when it comes to Bitcoin, especially. And then of course, most of these alts right now, I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame. And whenever I'm doing anything, it's always just kind of be a detective. Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why don't I start off with the weekly or the daily? Right now, we're just kind of in scalp mode. You know, hopefully we can get some longs short term that may potentially go into scalp trades, you know, to where we hold it for a few days, maybe a week. But right now on Bitcoin, we're looking at Bitcoin. This is pretty much just a lot of just mess, really, just ups and downs. And then it looks like we're going to go up, and then we break the levels. We start going sideways again. We break the level, looks like we're going to go up, and then we come down. We break this level, not looking good. We mentioned it here that it looks very weak. Could we have entered shorts now? Sure, of course. But it's just really dangerous because, you know, we could come down here and bounce straight up to get all the shorts. But right now we're just going to be looking at this, setting alerts, and also seeing if we get into a trade. Or if it's too late, then I mean, that's fine. We just set alerts and then wait for the trades to come to us. Right now, and of course with everything going on in the world, really, it's I would not recommend looking for long-term holds, like something for like a week or so. We want to just do something that's pretty much scalping. So the price did, you know, we had this huge dump. We thought we were going to bounce in here. Then we thought we were going to get rejected here coming down. This is my plan A. Thought we were going to get rejected, and we didn't. We came into this zone once again, kind of getting rejected here, broke out of the zone, re-enter the zone, broke out looking strong, and then dumped. So this right here, of course, liquidating all the longs that had pretty high leverage. It went right in here, right into this kind of fair value gap, you know, depending on what time frame you're looking at, and then shot straight up and continued going up. Now, do I think it's going to come down? Sure, of course, but it's just a matter of when. You know, right now there's a lot of I don't really want to say FOMO, but I mean, just look at these candles. I mean, and none of this, let's see here. This candle right here was from the market makers. Well, the market makers pushed it down to push it back up. And you can see that right here. This is from Traders Reality, PVSRA, Traders Reality, Volume Suite. So that's what this is. So it actually puts the increased volume on the actual volume bars. Now, of course, price did come up. It broke this level. And it's coming up. I would like to see it retrace to at least here and then continue going up. But if it does retrace a little bit further, I would expect it to maybe here. I want to see at least a bounce on the 101.5 area. That's where I would like to see a bounce for it to continue going up. If we break that level, then, well, back to the drawing board. Now we're looking for shorts once it breaks this level, and then adding to our shorts once it breaks this level. And most of these coins, they're pretty much mimicking Bitcoin. And so right now, what do I think is going to happen? So let's go ahead and draw that out. I do think that potentially we could come down to about here to potentially come up. And this one, we're going to change this color to a white. We're going to put this into 2. That way we kind of see our updated thought process. The lowest I would like to see it go down to before a bounce is maybe about here. And then potentially do this number, doing a lower high from this pivot, and then breaking this. This is what would be nice for these alts to run. And these alts, man, they are not running. They're going up a little bit, but they're going down more. So that's one thing that we have to take into consideration. So right now, the longs are pretty difficult to do. However, we did get into a long for the VIP this morning. We were looking at it last night, and last night I was just updating, one update, and then pretty much almost every hour for like 5 or 6 hours, starting from let me double check. I want to say starting from like 7. So let me go and double check. So yeah, right at 7. 7, I posted what I'm looking for. And then I made a video on it as well. It's a 3-minute video. And then I posted again at 8 saying, it's not ready yet. Posted again at 9, right on the hour, because we're waiting for the hour candle to close. Then posted again at 10:30. And then I posted again at 4:20, well, 4:14. Posted again as far as the coin goes. And then this morning, I actually posted the chart, well, at the same time, about 4:20. So that's what we're doing in reference to a particular coin that we're in. Now, let's go ahead and just kind of look at these coins. So right now, let's go to Turbo, and I'm going to show you the thought process. I'm going to show you the thought process when it comes to actually entering a trade. Now, we're not so much going to be looking at higher time frames. However, if we want to get a clearer picture, we could go to the higher time frame. I like doing the daily just to do our levels right here. And right now, we can see that it's starting to come up. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. We can see we're having this really nice V-shaped recovery. We do have a bearish divergence. We have a higher high. However, we have a high and a lower high. So this is telling us that we could pull back. Now, when do we pull back? I mean, it can go up more as long as it doesn't break this, which it shouldn't. It shouldn't go straight up. But we could go up a little bit more into this zone before pulling back, and then that would be our bearish divergence. So we could come up here, come down, bearish divergence plays out, and then now we continue potentially the uptrend. So this is what I'm looking at. Let's see here. Let's go to a 1-hour time frame. On a 1 hour, then this is a very low market cap coin, so this can move very fast, either up or down. Was there any indication on the 1 hour? I really like looking at the 1 hour. We also have bearish divergence on the 1 hour. We have a high, lower high. We have a high and a higher high. So this is saying that it could pull back. Now, if it pulls back from this zone, I'm looking for it to pull back pretty much right in this area. So if we did pull back, instead of going up, I would look to see something like this. And we'll do a lower low or lower high, hopefully bounce here and then come up. So this is what I'm looking at on the smaller time frame. This is the bigger time frame, this smaller time frame. So this actually makes up this. So here you might see like a wick, and then the next one will be a candle. And that's what this is doing But when you're looking at the higher time frame, it'll show, as I was mentioning, the wick and then the next candles. But if y'all have any questions, please let me know. Again, this is all just pretty much helping, make more. Let me rephrase this. This is to potentially increase your profits by reducing your risk. It's seeing what might happen. So this is what I see might happen. So would I enter this one? Not really. I mean, there's a lot of other really great ones, but this is just our thought process. As far as an alert, I really won't send an alert here. I don't want to waste them. I will more than likely continue looking at this today, tomorrow. Now, in order for us to short, it needs to break this level. We can enter a short and then add when it breaks this level on the 1 hour time frame. And this is why we trade level by level. This screen share for the exclusive VIP members and also the YouTube members, this is just going to be maybe 20 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, just depending on the questions, if there's any questions, and then if there's any charts that are requested. So just kind of give you a heads up on that. I'm not looking to do a really long screen share on this. For here, we are coming down already, which is good. This is what I wanted to see. And now, if you were looking at this, and so I kind of mentioned this to the VIP members before the actual recording of the stream. This, I just got back to the office. I was doing a bunch of stuff, personal stuff. I just got back to the office. Now, if you are following the way that I trade, there's opportunities for you to enter these trades based off of right here. This is a level that we need to break in order to enter the trade. You would have entered the trade here, expecting potentially a rejection here, maybe coming down to about the 382, 0.5, right in this area to potentially go up. So here we would enter a little bit, or we would just wait, for the break of this. And it did break, but now since it's moved, pretty nicely compared to the other candles. And that's why I'm always looking at candles, looking at, the size of the candles. I'm looking at the wicks. Do we have more wicks on the bottom, buying pressure, or more wicks on top, selling pressure? And here, if we were looking for a rejection here to potentially break out, then we could have entered. But since it did this number, there's a pretty good chance that it might retrace. And the retracement would be roughly about here, which would be perfect because it'd be bouncing off of this level as well. Something like this to come up. And then what we could do is once it breaks this level, we could enter a little bit and then make sure it breaks this level. And then we could enter more. And what I love doing is I love scaling into the trade. And so one question that I had, and this question did not get answered for about a year, if not longer. Question was, why in the world would you want to enter here and then add here? To me, it would just make sense to enter here, and then depending on what market we're in, this is a nice market. So let's take this back. Let's do the market that we're in. And one thing that you have to do whenever you're trading, you have to understand the current market you're in. Right now, the market's not great. I mean, we've seen it. So let's say this is our level and the price is doing this number and then it breaks out. So here I would enter because it was a retest and it broke this level and this was our main level. So here I would enter based off of this current market, which isn't great. Then I would expect it to pull back to maybe here. And if it does, then I would add here. This is my scaling into a trade. I always want to enter in lower. There's other mentors out there that say, cut your losses, don't add on, when it comes down. For me personally, I like doing this. Now, what I could not understand for about a year, and I was asking these mentors, but they would never really answer the question. But why would I want to enter here? And then they would say, add to your entry here. And I was like, why would I want to buy when it's more expensive? I'd want to buy now and then when it's lower. They would reply, finally, one replied with, well, when it enters and it breaks this area and we enter in here, what you're doing is the thought process is working. We were thinking it was going to go up and now it is going up. And because of that, we have a higher chance of this being a successful trade. And that's when the light bulb turned on. Oh, because I would never enter higher. I would always do it here and then have a lower entry or wait for it to do this. And if it didn't, well, then I just had this one entry. But now I add as it's going up because that is just adding to the thought process of potential the trade working out. Now, there are some that have moved quite a bit. Let's see here. For Ondo, I mean, I'm going to be watching these, so I'm really not going to be setting alerts. And when I watch them, I scan through these, at least once an hour. And it's just really quick, just like I'm literally looking at it for like maybe a second, maybe 2 seconds, just to see if it's pulled back and if it's starting to come up. Where did it pull back to? Did it pull back to 382, 0.5? Does it look like it's still coming down? Is it starting to kind of curve up already? That's what I'm looking at. So core, I really like core. We had this level. Would I have entered? I don't think so. I would have liked to have seen a more distinct, up, down, up. So, but I mean, this one, higher risk. For this one, I would really like to see it do something like this. Come down and not break this. I definitely don't want to see it breaking this, but maybe a bounce here, maybe doing something like this, bouncing here, and then starting to come up, break this level. So now we have this really nice bottom, higher low, and let's go. So that's what I would like to see on this one. And you can see it really doesn't move too much, but when it does, man, does it move. Look at that. Huge dump, but not only the dumps, but also the pumps. Look at these pumps. So I really like this coin. All right. So let's go to all-time high, or no, I forget what this one's called. Ethereum, I think, or something. But I always call this one all-time high because, well, ATH. A very low market cap coin. Once again, these can move very fast, up or down. And right now, it's struggling. It's coming up here, coming down. Nice, nice movement up. Then it took it all back and then some, and now it's starting to go. So for this one, since we have this level right here, again, this is on the 1 hour time frame. I'm not looking for anything big, but we can see that this level, I mean, it got rejected. So for this one, for sure, what I want to do is I want to set an alert. You know what? I'll set an alert right here. So let's go ahead and set alert 0.03324. And for this one, I would have to wait for the 1 hour candle to close. But by that time, hopefully several candles have closed here and I can see it hopefully ranging or at least not breaking below this. But I am liking this one. So far, that's the only one I'm liking. We'll put a yellow sticker for that one. OP, this one has moved really nice. How long do we? Oh man, we're already at 20 minutes. I'm trying to do this really fast. Let's see. But again, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any points you want me to do, let me know. This one, came down, up, kind of going boring, looking like it wants to roll over. End up shooting up, coming back down and shooting up. Here's where we would have entered. Woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Here's where we would have entered. And this is why I'm teaching you these methods, to where if I'm not available for whatever reason, maybe I'm asleep or maybe doing errands, you can see this and you can see, okay, I'm on the 1 hour time frame. It broke this. I'm going to enter the trade. I'm going to have my stop loss either very tight or, pretty loose. And then, well, you can start taking this knowing that potentially it could go up a little bit more, come down to hopefully here. Let's go and delete all this. 16 drawings. Make sure magnet tool is on. So on the 1 hour time frame, again, we're not looking for anything crazy big, no crazy big moves. This is why we're on the 1 hour time frame. If we were looking for bigger levels, larger levels, then of course we'd have the daily 4 hour, then eventually go to the 1 hour. But here we're just 1 hour, just to kind of, now I would advise going to the larger time frames, maybe just kind of look at the overall, but they're all pretty much going to be the same, nothing but dump. Then we go to a 4 hour. You can look for divergence and everything else. More than you might find divergence. A 4 hour, we can see nice, you know, kind of recovery. But on the 1 hour, you can see more of the ups and downs. So I really do like this one. I want to wait for it to pull back. So this one, I'll do a yellow as well. And then what I'll do more towards the end, well, I might not have this for the VIP. I might not have this for YouTube, but only for the VIPs. Of course, I'll move these up to the very top, and then I'll go through these and then see which ones I do like more. Again, it's like this one right here. This one looks better than this one. Why? This one moved more than this one. And they're both lower. For this one, it's a low, very low market cap coin. Now, with the low market cap coins, they can move faster. However, they need volume. They need people buying and selling. So I do like this one right here versus the other one. And it's the same thing. SPX, man, this one wrecks so many people. It's crazy. This one, I mean, this looks horrible right here. Looks trash, really. But this one likes to move for whatever reason. It loves to move. We'll probably do a safer one. Form, very low market cap coin, is doing great. This one, Doge, it's coming up. Nice market cap coin. Let's go and delete all this. 1 hour time frame here. I would have my level because we have more stops right here and this wick stop right there. I do like this. If we get a pullback, I am seeing it come down underneath. This would be 38%, which is great. This would be a 0.5 where we have like a zone. And we absolutely, let's go up here. We absolutely do not want the price action to break below this. If we break below this, then we switch thought process. Now we're looking for shorts. We could probably enter a short here and then add to it once it breaks this level. And that's pretty much the same thing throughout all these. So this one I'm also going to be looking at as well. We've got about 10 more minutes, guys. 10 more minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any charts you want me to do, let me know. Pendle looks amazing. And Pendle looks amazing. And let's see here. This one looks pretty good as well. Wow, I really like this one. So we'll do that. Ethereum. Ethereum doesn't look too hot. You know, we do have this level right here, which corresponds to this level. It did break out, which is good. And this one's pretty much mimicking Bitcoin. Let me just confirm that. So Bitcoin new price, take this off, move this up and down. Let me slow this down a little bit. Yeah, so Ethereum is mimicking Bitcoin. Okay. Virtuals, oh my gosh. So in virtuals looks amazing. Now, granted, this looks horrible. And it's a large market cap coin too. It's over $1 billion in market cap. And I'm really surprised that it looks so horrible with these candle bodies. Like this to me looks like a $300 to maybe $600 million market cap, the way it moves. Absolutely horrible. But when this bad boy moves, it moves. And this one is doing amazing. Would I enter right now? No. I really needed to retrace. I needed to pull back to at least here before going up. And then we have this little zone. So I'll keep an eye on this one too. So we're going to do just a few more. This one, I mean, it did go up. We're right in this range. So a really good chance that it might break down to break up. I'll go and set an alert right above this. So we're going to go set an alert. And I don't remember if I set the alert on the other one. This one, Moondeg, and just straight up, just kind of like the other one. Okay. Bartcoin. Bartcoin looks pretty nice. as far as this movement, which is just like the other ones as well. But Fartcoin, it moves. And that's one thing too, like what here's a pro tip. If you take nothing away from this video, take this. I strongly recommend trading a certain amount of coins on a regular basis. And you will identify which coins move better. Whether it's a low market cap coin, higher market cap coin, like you'll be able to identify its patterns, its strength that it normally has, how fast it can go up and down. So I strongly recommend doing that. Fartcoin, I do like it as well. Again, only because I know that it can move. Like all this looks horrible, absolutely just horrible. Not great price action, but I'll go ahead and put that there. Aave moved a whole bunch. I would really need for it to pull back. There's no way I would enter this. And then if it moves another 10, 20%, will I be mad? No. It's just too risky, especially right now with the way the market is. And that's another thing that you have to take into account is, the current market. Like this one, it moved way too much. And if you were looking at these coins, you had your alerts, everything else, and you're following my method of entering these trades, you would know the break will more than likely have this one. You might have entered, went here, and then it came straight down, but your stop loss is not here. Your stop loss is down here. And you think that it could potentially come back for this fair value gap, and pretty much, did it come back to it? About here? Just underneath where I would think it would come back. Well, no, let me see. Magnetool. Look at that. Boom. Okay. Let's see here. But this one, I mean, if nothing else, maybe you entered and you saw it and you were waiting for this. You enter the trade, boom, you're in the trade, you're in profit. But right now, this one moved a little bit too much for my liking. This is another large market cap coin. So just kind of let you know. We have just a few more minutes, guys, and then we're going to call it a show. We're going to call it a show. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any coins, let me know. But we're pretty much almost done. If we don't get any thing within the next, I'd say, 2 minutes, then that'll be fine. Because right now we're at our 30-minute mark. And I did not want this to be a long session. See here, this one, Polka Dot. Polka Dot looks actually better than FET because guess what? FET moved a whole bunch already. Look at all that it moved versus Polka Dot. So when we do pull back, I like it. I'll look at both of these. Why not? WT, very nice movement. And all these coins are going to look the same. Same thing, nice movement. Wow. That one moves really nice. Very nice. Now, what I would expect is I want pullbacks. Like, I don't want to enter here. Because I enter here, there's a really... Oh, wow. Look at that, guys. This one is very ripe. Ripe for the take-in. I like it. So what we would do is not enter now, but maybe in 2 to 4 hours, we can see potentially this coming up to here. The market retraces because everything's pulling back. Bitcoin's pulling back. It pulls back here. It comes up, breaks this level. Bingo, bango. Bingo and a bango. So I'm actually going to set an alert right here. I do like this one quite a bit. All right, so that's going to be the end of the show. I do thank you guys very much. If you have any questions, please put it in the VIP group. Again, this is a VIP exclusive, but we also went ahead and included the YouTube members. I do thank you guys very much. This one is not ready, of course. We have to wait for the alert to go off, and then we look at the coin. I do thank you guys very much. We will see you on the next video. Take care now.